Hey guys, I'm Geek. In this video I have an unboxing and hands-on look of the Vankyo MatrixPad Z4 Pro Android tablet that was sent to me a couple weeks ago so I can try it out and make a video for you guys. Now keep in mind, it's been years I don't use Android tablets. So when this company actually approached me and asked me, hey, do you want to try our Android tablet, which is going to be on sale on Amazon? It's a budget tablet and it's only $120, and they showed me the specs. I was like, let me go ahead and try it out. That way I can share my opinions with you guys, because a lot of times when we see cheap tablets with great specs, a lot of people are going to jump on and try it out. So here I am trying this one out. I already did try it out, and I'm here sharing with you guys my experience so far for this tablet. See here, you got the tablet right there. Looks a really cool box. It says 10.1 screen, front and rear cameras, quad core 64-bit processor, GMS certified Android OS, solid eMMC ROM, faster responsive IPS screen, HD camera, massive selections of apps, powerful hardware, blah blah blah, you know, all that cool stuff there. So let's go ahead and unbox it right away. Gonna put this to the side, and here you got the tablet, of course, and in the inside you're just gonna have the user guide, right? You're gonna have the user guide right here, and some warranty information there, and also some user guide as well there. Here you're gonna have charging cable for your tablet. It charges via micro USB, not USB-C, micro USB. And of course you got the charging block right here. The reason they're in the box is because I didn't use these. I use my own chargers. So here we got the tablet. It's going to take this out, and of course I also tried to put this back on because I didn't want to put a lot of fingerprints on the screen when I'm managing this, so I decided to put the plastic back on. But this is how it looks. Keep in mind, this in the front is actually 10.1 inches, and it's actually made of glass. It is not plastic, which is something that I really like, the fact, because I hate touching screens that are plastic. I just don't like the way it feels with my fingers. In the back, it's a very hard plastic. It actually feels like aluminum. Actually, I think it's plastic. I think it's one of those plastic that feels and looks like aluminum, but it feels really good. It doesn't feel cheap at all. Okay, let's go and wipe it down because I got putting fingerprints on it. That's the bad thing about showing tablets like this. It's going to zoom in here a little bit. So when you load it up, that's how it's going to look right there. That's the wallpaper that actually came with the tablet. I haven't even changed it yet. Here you got the notification center right there. I could make it bright, very bright. And keep in mind, like I said, 10.1 inches. The screen is actually 1280 by 800p. So it's not 1080p, but remember, this tablet, I didn't say the price, but this tablet is actually $120. And when it comes to spec wise, in the inside, it actually has 2 gigabytes of RAM, 1.5 gigahertz of quad core CPU, which is a Rockchip CPU. It has 64 of internal storage. Let me see if we can actually see the storage here. This is the files application from Google, but like you can see that the storage is actually 64 gigabytes, and I'm only using 11 gigabytes. That's it. And now this right here is the navigation buttons available on this tablet. If I click right here, it will actually take a screenshot. There you go. It took a screenshot. It made a sound there. It took a screenshot. Here you got the volume, and here you got volume down. So you got volume down over here, and you got volume up over here, and you got the back and the multitask button right there. And swipe up to take away the applications, and that's it. But one thing to keep in mind, this is also running Android 9.0. So if you're familiar with Android 9.0, look, there it is, the wallpaper or the screenshot that we just took. If you want to go ahead and eliminate these navigation buttons, that's the first thing that I did, because I like using navigation buttons that I'm used to. For example, if I'm using my phone and it's using certain navigations, I like to use a certain navigation similar to my phone. So right away I went to the system settings right here, went into gestures, and right here it says swipe button. I just turned that on, and now, like you see here, if you've been using Android Pie, so now you're gonna have the controls for Android Pie, which is basically, you swipe up, you get into multitask mode. If you want to close application, you just clear all right here. If you want to see all the applications installed, you just swipe up again, and you got all your applications right there. It's going to lower down the brightness here. It's a little bit too bright right there. And here are the applications. The battery in the inside is actually 4500 milliamp hour battery, which should give you around 8 hours or 6 hours depending how you're using this tablet. Now when it comes to cameras, the camera in the back is a 8 megapixel camera, and the front camera is a 2 megapixel camera. You can double tap, you see here, you can double tap the power button to launch the camera. The camera, I really didn't like the way it looks, so I'm gonna try to show you guys here in the video a couple pictures that I took, but I really didn't like the camera that much when it comes to the front or the rear camera. I really didn't like it. And plus the application, if you look at the application that came by default here, is really plain. You can't even access the settings to control the megapixel of the camera. So I guess you can adjust the megapixels. So you got 8 megapixels in the back, 2 megapixels in the front, and what you see is what you get. Yes, you can download more camera applications from Android, because that's something you can do on Android, but the camera application that comes out of the box looks just like this. It looks nice and plain. Now, one thing that I didn't like about this tablet is that yes, it has 2 gigabytes of RAM, 1.5 gigahertz of CPU, but there's gonna be a lot of games that you're not gonna be able to play here because most of them are not compatible with the tablet, or a lot of them are just too powerful for the tablet. And like you see here on the video, the games that I've been playing the most here is the Looney Tunes, the game, and it actually plays really good. And like you see in this there in the screen, it actually looks really nice. The colors are actually nice and popping. Also Sonic Runners, also another cool platforming game that looks really cool and runs really nice on the tablet. But if you try running heavy games with intense graphics, it's just gonna lag. So that's something you have to keep in mind about the power of the tablet. Also here in the bottom, you got the speakers. Like you see, I don't know if you can see it here on the video, but you got one speaker here and you got another speaker here. Here is how it sounds.
I knew I should have taken that left-pointed Albuquerque. Excuse me, Doc. Do you know how to get the Pismo?
Another thing that I didn't like about this tablet is that when you go to the Play Store, yes, there's a whole bunch of applications you can download, but compared to iOS, there's not too many applications that are compatible or are optimized for Android experiences. So a lot of these applications that you're gonna download from here are gonna be applications for phone that are actually gonna be blown up for your big screen, and that's something that I don't like. But that's not the Android tablet's fault. It's basically Google that doesn't really force these companies to create tablet apps, and just because of that, all the applications that you see here on the Android tablets or on the Android store are not really optimized for this. Like you see here, the Twitter applications here, it's just the phone application blown up. Of course, you could go like this, and it looks a little bit better. See, it looks a little bit better there, but I just don't like playing with blown up applications from phones on big tablet. I just don't like it. One of my favorite applications for Android is Flipboard. Instead of having the tablet Flipboard, it's basically the phone Flipboard. Look at that. See, you go ahead like this in landscape, and yeah, you see this, it looks pretty nice. Oh man, that looks cool. But when you open it up, look at this. It's basically the phone application blown up. So when you click on one of these news, this is how it looks. You can swipe through the news like this, at least, you got the application compatible with the tablet. But I just wish that Google, just like Apple, would have taken tablets serious. But yes, you can download Netflix. And the cool thing about downloading Netflix is that you can download the movies to your tablets. Yes, the screen is 1280 by 800p, which means that you're just going to be able to watch movies up to 720p, but they do look good. They do look good here on the screen. Like here, I got an episode downloaded there from the Dark Crystals, and this is on the tablet. I'm not actually streaming this, so this is actually on the tablet right there. And get out of there, close the application. There you go. Or I could go back again over here and clear all the applications. And I almost forgot to show you guys, but yes, you have a headphone jack right there. And the micro SD actually goes right there. Let's see there's a little slot right there without a cover. And you could put up to 128 gigabyte card right there. So the tablet has 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which for me, honestly, for $120 and 64 gigabytes, I think that's good enough for the price. But you can also put a micro SD card right there. You got your charging port right there. You got the button, the volume button up and down over here. You got the power button right there. If you press right here, of course, press and hold, you can take a screenshot from there as well. Of course, if you use Android phones before, you're gonna be very familiarized here. Now, of course, spec wise, the tablet sounds good and the price sounds great as well, but it's not perfect. There's a couple things that I didn't like about the tablet when I took it out of the box, and is that it felt laggy for me when you're navigating through the applications and opening applications. For me, it actually felt laggy. And one thing that I actually did to make it better was to go here to accessibility. When you go to accessibility here and you swipe down right here, it says remove animations. So all you got to do is remove animations. That's what I did. And once you remove animations, for me, navigating through the tablet felt a lot more smoother. So that is something that I recommend to do if you're actually planning on getting this tablet. The other thing that I don't like is that it's Android. It's the fact that Android doesn't have too many optimized applications for the tablets. Most of the applications are phone apps blown up to fit the screen of your tablet. That's it. So for me, I don't have a problem that the tablet is only 720p because you're only paying $120. It has 64 gigabytes of internal storage. So for me, that alone sounds good for the price. Do I recommend you to go ahead out right now and buy this tablet? Only if you like what you see. Honestly, only if you like what you see. If you think that the cons outweighs the pros, go ahead and try it out. I'm going to leave links in my descriptions just in case you're interested in getting one of them. If you don't like it, remember, Amazon has a very good return policy. So if you don't like it, if you don't think it's good enough for $120, you could go ahead and return it as well. So no questions asked. Now, Vankyo actually has another more powerful tablet that supposedly they're going to be releasing later on in the next couple weeks. Maybe they'll send it to me. Maybe not. If they do send it to me, if I actually think it's worth making a video for it because the price is good and the performance is great, I'll make another video for that one, okay? But other than that, this was the Vankyo MatrixPad Z4 Pro. That's only $120. So let me know in the comments what you think about this device. I'm gonna leave links in my descriptions as well if you want to read a little bit more about it. And like I said, if you don't like it, you can go ahead and return it and no questions asked. Thanks for watching this video. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.